Welcome to Get Celebritized. Today, my very special guest is a household name. She is a fitness trainer, a certified nutritionist, a mother of two, a philanthropist, and in my opinion, a superwoman. Jillian Michaels, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you. I like your opinion the best.
It
That's
is.
part of that intro.
You are a superwoman. You are such an inspiration. You are such a kick butt type of person that gets stuff done. And my listeners really are going to get so much out of you today, Jillian, because they want to know nuts and bolts, meat and potatoes about success. And you've got that in spades. My first question for you is, you're an incredible businesswoman. You've built a global brand. What was your biggest break, or maybe your best break? And how'd you maximize on it to not fall into the wayside of a lot of people that just take things for granted and you never hear about them again?
Sure. Well, look, obviously the biggest break would be The Biggest Loser. For better and for worse, right? It's like that quote in Latin, that which nourishes me also destroys me. It gave me this massive platform that, of a television show that was airing in 90 countries at a time where there was no other platform, right? There was no Facebook at the time. There was no Instagram. So it was rarefied air to have a platform like that. And I was fortunate enough to get the opportunity. But then I think I also backed it up by being prepared. So, luck is preparation meeting opportunity. I believe that. And I got the opportunity and I was prepared for it. That was definitely my biggest break. How did I maximize it? I was well aware of what an exceptional tool it was. I looked at other individuals I admired, not necessarily in fitness, and how they had built brands, whether it was a Martha Stewart or a Susie Orman. And I tried to model my business after the things or certain steps that they had taken or done with theirs, from building a team around them, getting into publishing, having a radio show, establishing yourself as the foremost expert in that space. And the list goes on. But then beyond that, beyond the model and learning how to maximize it, you do have to make a sexy promise and deliver on that promise consistently. And that's the key with brand building and longevity overall.
That's so smart. Not only do you emulate people that were where you wanted to be, super smart. Did you actually have to take the next step and hire a coach to help you, or hire other people to help you get to those next steps? Managers, coaches, professionals?
Of course. Absolutely. I know it's interesting because people limit the coach category to kind of like rah on the sidelines. But in reality, for me, a coach is an expert in something that I am not an expert in. So whether it's a fitness modality, right? Like I am not an expert in jujitsu. The coach that works with me on things like that, I cannot psychoanalyze myself. I have a therapist that helps me with my blind spots, in my relationships, with my business. I have a business partner that understands branding and licensing and how to exit companies. That is not what I do. So I am very good at, I don't even have an ego. I would say set my ego aside, but I don't have an ego about this at all. There is no part of me that does not want help from the most qualified people in building my business. I am the queen
So smart
of working with amazing people who are great at what they do.
That's why you're so successful. You're so smart. You emulate them. You hire the right people. You surround yourself with people that are smart, and you've got yourself a partner. Is there anybody in particular that has made a difference in your success in these last 2 crazy years, in 2021, going into 2022, as people are trying to use that word pivot and make a difference and get out of this craziness? What's kind of set you apart and made a difference in your success now?
I would say, look, the team I have in place has been fantastic. We are a very diversified company. And what I mean by that is We invest in boutique fitness facilities that had in-person classes. We invest in supplement companies. We invest in alkaline water companies. We invested in Thrive Market. We also have a fitness app, right? So certain components of my business really took a hit. Anything with foot traffic. We had invested in an organic coffee company, and that took a massive hit. The cost of beans went up.
Really?
The freight was a disaster. Like it was the foot traffic went down. It was organic, so it couldn't be delivered on Amazon. It was a complete mess.
Wow.
That one took a hit, right? But then Thrive Market, they did amazing because nobody wanted to go to the grocery store. So everybody was ordering from Thrive online. You know, our boutique fitness investments were getting smashed, but our at-home fitness app was doing great. So I can't say that there was one person. I can simply say in preparation of catastrophe, because I do think that you always have to anticipate disaster.
For sure.
Smart to be diversified, whether it's with your investments or with your business. And we were diversified enough so that when something went south, we pulled resources from the things that were struggling and didn't cry over spilled milk and poured it into the things that were working. And that's where I think we made the biggest difference. Instead of doubling down on something that isn't working, we weren't like, oh, this isn't fair. We were like, oh, shit, that's a bummer. Okay, let's take the manpower, the money, the marketing. And instead of fighting that fight, let's pour it into what's working and go with that flow.
That is the best advice, Jillian. Thank you so much, because in this day and age, you were prepared for what was going to happen because you were diversified. You didn't have all your eggs in one basket. And haven't all of our parents told us that? Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Yeah. And you just did that in spades. And I think going forward, we need to continue that, to be diversified, because we never know what this world's going to give us. In the last minute, Jillian, I ask all my guests this very special question to my heart. How do you want to be remembered?
Oh, as a mom. I mean, what are you going to do? You can't leave that one out. That's you know, if you're going to take on kids, you know, you better mean it to that degree. And sometimes you feel like you're just a stepping stone in something that's just so much bigger than yourself, you know. And I would, before them, it was really all about me. And now sometimes I feel like I just live in their memories. It's the weirdest feeling.
Oh, no. Well, they are definitely your legacy, besides all of us that watch you and follow you on Instagram and all that you do. I'm so excited for your future and all the things you're into now, Jillian. You're an inspiration as a mom, as a mogul, businesswoman, fitness, health. And we need that now more than anything. Your fitness and your nutritional guide. Thank you, Jillian, for being on Get Celebritized. Appreciate you.
Thank you, sweetheart. Have a good one.
You too, Jillian.